Tonight on a 40-year-old murder case. Now, Columbus police say they know who killed 14-year-old Christie Mullins, who was beaten to death behind Graceland Shopping Center. Mullins was beaten to death on August 23, 1975, near the shopping center, which was just a few blocks from her home. Just a few days later, police thought the case was solved. A witness named Henry Newell identified a suspect, and that suspect later confessed to the crime. But 2 years later, his guilty plea was withdrawn, and he was acquitted. Newell died 2 years ago. NBC4's Renee LaSalle has the final chapter of this cold case and spoke to Christie's family about their 40-year wait for closure. Renee?
Yeah, Cabot, 40 years too long. Tonight we are live from the Graceland Shopping Center, the edge of the shopping center close to where Christie's body was found 40 years ago. Now, back in 1975, Henry Newell Jr. pointed the finger at someone else in her murder. Originally, he said that a mentally disabled man was responsible, but he died in 2013. Two members of his family came forward to say that he had confessed to them. Today, the Columbus police identified him as Christie's murderer, that is, and also offered an apology to her family.
We were just that normal family, you know. I mean, 5 kids growing up, you know, and this didn't happen in your neighborhood.
Melanie Miller was the oldest of 5 in 1975 when her little sister Christie was murdered.
It was bad. It was really bad.
In the days that followed, the case drew widespread attention and panic. A developmentally disabled man was identified and admitted to the brutal beating death, but 2 years later, his confession and guilty plea was thrown out.
Clearly, from day one, Jack Harmon should not have been tried.
Carmen's accuser, the family's neighbor, had been named from the witness stand, but was never investigated until now.
The suspect responsible for the death is Henry H. Newell Jr.
For Miller and her family, it means more questions than answers.
We knew all along it was Henry Newell. At least most people did.
Our cameras were there when the family gathered as the case was reopened last year. Miller says her family pushed Newell as a suspect from the start, but the case was left unsolved. Now, 40 years later, the family just hopes to move on.
You can't involve too much energy this far down the road now, you know, and if something comes out of it, does, and if nothing does, then we're happy.
Now, today off camera, Christie's mother said, "I never thought this day would come." Reporting live from the Graceland Shopping Center, Renee LaSalle, NBC4.
All right, Renee, thank you.